So we were moving the hammer to unhook, and yeah, that's oil.
You want to tell them what you're having upgraded here?
Well, I couldn't believe it actually that the John Deere planter did not have the ability to control the, help me out.
Frame weight distribution.
There you go, from the cab. They expected me to crawl out of the cab and adjust it, and I said, no, my old one has it, so why can't I have it on my new one? And here he is. He's making it happen.
So this is Dave. He's the guy that has hooked us up with all of the frame weight distribution on our DB and our NT in the past. And of course, Dad, on the first day out, when I told him that, no, if you want to adjust it, you have to get out, he said, no, I'm calling Dave. So Dave is here to install it on, well, basically a brand new planter.
Yep, we can basically kind of go over the top. So we're using the existing Deere cylinders, valve. We just swap out the manual control valve with the PWM and take the gauge off, put a couple sensors on, and then we mount our controller in the back, which will jump onto the ISO bus. And then, like I said, pretty much using the factory Deere system, just having the ability to do the ISO control from the cab. So
sweet. Yep. So it'll all be like our other two planters
yep.
now. So the reason ISO bus is so important, or how we feel it is you load the CCS tanks up, the fertilizer tank. Well, now you need a lot of pressure on your wings to lighten the mainframe. And well, the way this planter came is you set it outside at 600 PSI you want on the wings. Well, now you start getting more empty. Now it's putting too much on the wings, so Brody and Dad seem to always be adjusting that as they get more empty, and then when they're plump full, they put maybe max PSI on. And so Dad was pretty disappointed to find out that it didn't have that option. So he is here to help hook us up. And he also didn't know that I was going to whip the camera out, so here we are.
It's better, it's like a Band-Aid. You just got to stick it right in your face right away. Get it over with.
Yeah, so here we are at 7 o'clock at night fixing up planters.
Yep. I only really ever use the full weight or the full pressure when I am plump full of fertilizer and plump full of seed. Otherwise, maybe the adjustment isn't as often needed, but if you're loaded plump full, you have got to crank the pressure up, and you will see it. You can just look out the back window and see your bar is either got too much weight on the outside or not enough, because you can see it right away if you need to tweak on it. And having it in the cab it's a must-have.
Everything else is in the cab. Push this button, push that button.
No, it's going to be very nice.
All right, so Dave worked pretty late last night installing this. So basically what he did is he put a PWM, I believe is the technical term, into this port where the manual adjust screw was. Added a pressure sensor and then another pressure sensor. So now it's all through ISOBUS, just like our other two planters. If you have any interest, obviously, we were very disappointed to find out that literally almost a brand new planter don't have that option from the factory. If you want to check the link in the description out, LDM Ag, they'll get you hooked up with a kit for it. And we're gonna fold this up, and Dad wants some screens rearranged, configured differently, right?
Yeah, so
Too much toggling?
there's gonna be some learning again here. And I should have actually got a piece of paper and wrote down what I wanted on all my screens, so maybe
You
I should
forgot
do that.
already?
Well, I'll know it when I see it, but I just can't remember what.
I wanted.
Look who's back.
I'm back
He's back, baby. He's back.
for time being.
Last seen going maybe over the speed limit heading east to go have a kid.
It was
It
over
happened.
the speed limit. They've all been there. Some of you guys, I suppose. Yeah?
Well, it's good to see you back.
Yeah, he had a baby girl.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I've told him that already.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Pretty sure I did.
Yeah, you did.
So we bought these cast closing wheels for Brody's planter, or should I call it my planter now?
It can be your planter.
We bought them used, and we made it 150 acres, and 4 of the bearings locked up, and then on you, and then I went planting with it, and I planted about 150 acres, and I had one fall completely off because the bearing went out, and I had one lock up, and I'm sure the rest on the planter, there were some stiff ones that we shall, all 12 are going to need to be replaced.
Did you never get out or what?
I was sending it, and I got to the headlands, and I was doing headlands, and I raised up and started backing up, and I'm like, why is there a wheel laying there? And then, yeah, it had
I
left.
did laugh when I seen that.
Yeah, you like my Snapchat of that
I
one?
laughed.
I see Grandma's got the garden tilled up, and she's got a couple flags. She's ahead of planting progress, according to the USDA. I suppose the market will go down now. Thanks, Grandma. Sweet corn's in the ground. All right, I've come to get this, to bring it. This door latches. What's going on? Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's unique. Unique is the word I'll use there. All right, I'm gonna get this up to the shop because, like I said, we've got lots of closing wheel issues. Hopefully I can get out. Drive in the mud. When I backed it in there, I actually just drove out in the field and backed straight in because it was like midnight when I did it. And the field was dry. Not the case anymore. So the nice guys from Canada that bought our Land Roller came here this morning and picked it up. And they've got, I guess they are like 5.5, 6 hours away driving normal speeds. So they're gonna have a long day driving home with the Land Roller at 25 miles an hour. Or however fast they feel they can drive with it, but I speculate it won't be much over that. Oh, I can get out, that's nice. All right, I brought it up to the shop so we can hopefully fix all these. Here's my tools. It was happening so frequently, we brought the gun with. So this one actually wasn't one of the used ones we bought, but it's really not that old either. And obviously the bearings left. There's one, doesn't turn well at all. I'm sure that was good, I'm sure that was dragging the trench nice. And there's a rubber one that we put on in field. That one's done. As you can see, we've had quite the assortment of wheels on this thing as they were failing. This side of the planter should be good because these were not that old. This side, we bought these new. The other ones we bought used because, you know, they're cheap. And now we get to fix and spend the money anyways. Sounds a little dry. There's another one that's gonna go out. It's got play in it. Hello.
I've scraped my back so many times this morning already. I don't know if this is appropriate. What did I wear today? Well, that's down south a little bit.
What is it?
Some friends put it together.
Oh.
I bought the shirt and then I realized I was going to be out of town, so I just
Oh, it was
gave
an
money
event.
to the cause. Yeah, a get-together thing. But I didn't even get to show up to it. So all the quads have been greased and serviced for 50 hours. And
We'll be ready to go in no time.
I think Case is getting her figured out. Everything's getting updated.
Sweet. We're updating screens, all of our fields. We thought we had life so nice last year when everything just worked. When we plugged the deer stuff into there, and this year it won't work. It won't work.
He said the 580 was 4 systems or versions out of date already.
Nice.
And I don't know what the other ones were, but yeah.
Nice.
So, and the 580 is the only one that actually worked. Like,
So now it won't?
You never know. I hope so.
Oh my. Well, I'm finding a whole lot of junk out here, is what I'm finding. So that's good.
Well, I'm here to help. Or just motivate, whatever you need.
Just your presence is enough for me.
That is okay.
Ow. Great. Oh, I've gotten to this one and the threads must not working. We're gonna have to somehow get a grinder in there and cut that off. Nice. We've had them on and off so many times in the last 2 years that apparently the lock nuts are not liking that. Can we just break it? There we go. Yeah, this is a good thing that this hot.
How did we get
Wasn't,
this, how did we get this on out in the field?
It wouldn't have been good. Wouldn't have been good. Okay. That's better. All right, we got all the wheels back on. Eric and Brody were rebuilding them, and I was installing them. So all the used components here have been rebuilt. We rebuilt a couple of these that were failing, which I find odd because I believe they were new last season. So goes to show parts quality. Unbelievable, actually. So obviously this is a little bit different view or implement behind the big 9530. This is actually a Salford field cultivator. Did you know they made one? I didn't. But the reps have this one as a demo and has been running around. It has been out to other farmers and been demoing it around the area, I guess, which remote unfolds. It's backwards. The remote's backwards. Anyways, here it is. We get to test it for a little bit this spring. Just see what we think of it. And we've always had John Deere field cultivators since, I think Dad and Randy had a Case back in the mid-90s for a while, and they didn't like that unit because the shanks weren't strong enough. So we got Deere's and never really looked into any other brands. So this one's here just to show you guys and ourselves what a different brand is. This is a 44 footer, Salford 44 foot. What is the model number of this? A 700. So anyways, Salford 700 field cultivator. I'm hooking it up to make sure that it is level with my hitch and everything is set up properly before, well, obviously we have time, and if you look out that way, it's starting to look like it's gonna rain again, so that's nice. So this is very comparable to our John Deere. It's a 40, this is 44, and I believe our small John Deere one is a 45.5, so very comparable size. This hydraulic remote's way too slow, guys, way too slow. Speed her up. What do you think?
Start wrenching.
What do you mean?
Need some leveling.
Yeah, we just need to adjust the front tongue. This was maybe on a quad track, seemed to the hitch sit higher. So it's nose down, a little 2-track. And Jordan's back. He's back from Tornado Alley.
Yeah. Supposed to have it again tonight.
No way!
Yeah,
Oh man, how
Not
much
good.
destruction's going on down there?
a lot. A lot.
So your house missed it by how far?
Just probably a mile to the west. Standing outside watching it.
That's good. That's good.
Well, yeah, I was a little concerned when you went home. I'm like, God, he's gonna get killed down there, and I won't have anyone to run digger.
No. That's all we care about you for is the work, you know.
Oh, we love you, Jordan. You know
I
that.
must do a good job then.
Yeah, that's right. Well, unfortunately, I think our day of working outside is over with. Account of it's raining pretty good. But basically what we did here is we unfolded it, lowered it to the ground. We need to raise it before we fold. That would be only smart. And then we leveled it, literally the whole thing with the manual adjustments. It wasn't bad, honestly. It was good job, Kyle and Andy. But we did tweak it a little bit. Fore and aft, I think that's gonna be a field adjustment. We did tip it back a little bit, but everything's different when you get in the field, adjusting the front wheels, stuff like that. So this is done until we can go farming, I guess, which who knows when that'll be. The weather is supposed to be like this type of conditions for, unfortunately, like the 10-day forecast don't look good, let's just say that. Not really accumulating rain, but it's definitely not gonna dry. So there goes our early spring, speculating. Might be an average planting date now. Which once that happens, when you get to your average plant date, then you're an inch rain away from being a late season. So make sure to subscribe. Keep up with what's going on in western Minnesota. Alright, I suppose we better put a new measurement in here. Change widths. Implement width 44 feet. Track spacing, we want some overlap, so 42.5? Question mark? Well, as long as it's raining, we might as well do some shopping, right? How about this bad boy? I got looking over the weekend at these. They look really, really handy for like draining oil filters, ooh, like that, or really draining anything you want into like a mini bulk. So I'm gonna order one. Add to cart. Is there anything you need from Farm Chem?
Not that I can think of.
Well, I'm shopping. I
Gloves?
know. Yes, we need more gloves, and Eric busted the handle off of one of the spray tender trays.
So I'm not the only one.
Brody's trying to get Connect Mobile going for Duggo so he can have another screen to look at. Gloves. Where would we go for gloves? Spray.
Search.
Search. Gloves. Wow.
Look at all the options.
Look at these high quality ones. Maybe we wouldn't rip our fingers off all the time. All right, there we go. We got our mega funnel. And then I'm gonna try those gloves out. I'm just getting one to see what they're like. And then our normal chemical gloves. And I'm going to use our discount code CHET5OFF on farmchem.com and the link in the description. And it's good for anything on their website, so we're going to get this ordered up. Perfect. All done. Like I said, guys, if you want anything on farmchem.com, go to their website or the link in the description. CHET5OFF. Gets you 5% off anything. So that should be here tomorrow. So if you've seen a video while we were planting, I ordered a bunch of parts from there. I ordered them at 10 o'clock, so I didn't expect them to be the next day shipping, but they made it the day after. So there's that. Delivered right to the door. And now we got this project to do. So that last cylinder that we had for this release mechanism, that was wrong, you know, it was the wrong one. It was for this truck. $69. Take a gander. Take a guess what this one is.
140.
200? 300? Jeez, how much?
$360.
Nice.
Yeah. Randy asked, well, can we make the other one work? I said, well, no.
The poles when we need it to push.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
First try.
I really hope that this was the problem because it was a nightmare. It was raining on us. We were pounding on it. They had the guy go inside and get the hammer that he came out with this one that was about this big.
That didn't work, huh?
We just sent her home and hoped we didn't lose any mud flaps. Wow! I hear air. Yeah. Yep. Wow. That's how it's supposed to work. We're back, baby. We're back for another 700,000 miles.
Right, we can move the plate now, which we never do for the most part.
It's just that one time that you like really need it to work. Not working?
It's not working.
Why?
I can't connect.
You're not doing it right.
Really?
Well, we're into the next project. We're mounting things. Putting a hand wash station on my corn seed tender trailer because we're doing a lot of insecticide in furrow this year. So basically, I have a lot of mixing to do and I am sick of not having clean water to rinse my mixing container and my hands when we're done. Granted, there is some on the planter, but the planter ain't always with me when I'm doing the mixing. So we're adding one. Bottom one first. I'm gonna have to get a ratcheting wrench because this doesn't want to fit in there. Nope, not gonna fit.
We got pliers.
Really? We're gonna farmer it?
We have Nipex.
We're farmering it, everyone. It's not like the toolbox ain't 45 feet away.
Right there. When you
Okay.
smack your hand, and then you'll be like, oh, try to get to.
Yep. Perfect. Easy enough. We're gonna put some water in that baby. And then I can have my rinsing jug. Wow, this guy wastes no time at all.
Gotta get in.
Sweet. Now we got one on every tender. Not that we deal with liquid, but you know, it's always talc and seed treatment and what have you not. I did not plan this at all, but actually these are on farmchem.com also. This is where we get these.
What are you doing?
Testing.
It works.
So we did one last adjustment. We turned this 90 degrees so it don't splash on the trailer frame and spray your legs full. That's nice. Are you fabricating?
Yes, and I'm getting dirty.
Are we building things?
I'm using her.
Wow. We've used this more in 2 weeks than we have in the last 2 years.
Yeah,
Well,
and,
not that we've used
and I'm
this.
still sweating a little bit somehow because this was real bear cat to get her on the hose.
So they're building a track tensioning hose because we have to replace a what on there?
Track tensioning sensor.
And we never have had a track tensioning hose. We used John Deere's the last time. So why not use our nice system here?
I'm gonna take this all over to Jordan. He's building.
So basically what they're doing is building a hose that goes from here with a quarter turn valve on it that comes around and plugs into tractor SUV. And then you can tension and detension tracks. This should also work on the 9RX. You know it's difficult when he can't get that on.
Am I doing something wrong?
No. I'm sure there's just a ton of pressure right there.
Well, how are you supposed to do that?
Try opening the valve once.
You got her plugged in back there? It's not looking good for the home team.
So this is what we're replacing. Just less pink. but that's the sensor that tells it how many PSI are on the, that looks good, the O-ring.
Yeah.
That's what tells how much track tension there is, and it was what, blowing you coats?
Every time I'd started, it'd throw it. There was like 106 active times it showed up or whatever. But when I came and looked at it, this here bottom black part was pulled out of the metal, so I think she's internally broke.
Left the chat.
And that's the O-ring?
Yeah, the O-ring is not the best. Yes, we are aware of that currently. Now, if it's anything like the 9530, you sit and hold this for like a minute and a half. So we just made this hose. I know they have a special hose for it, so does it not want to come off now?
Not really.
So it's just stuck on there permanently?
I'm gonna have to cut it here.
Yep, I got shot. I was shot, guys! I would say they've maybe got something different, better tip or something. Is my neck soaking wet?
I don't know, I can't see. These things are so dirty. So, we were moving the hammer to unhook, and yeah, that's oil. Okay, so our hearts are not beating as fast anymore. We took apart everything around the turbo, and there was no oil coming out of the turbo.
Thing.
Yeah. And then we determined
that it rained a lot down the exhaust system.
So it's.
But we did discover that the
was
exhaust
just water.
pipe is very rusted through in that general area.
It's water and soot and a junk pipe and Mother Nature.
Better than oil.
A lot better than an engine.
I've had too much excitement for today.
Yep, let's go on.
Everyone's just so jumpy. Things haven't busted for a couple of days.
Right. And an engine hasn't blown up in a week. One must have gone out. Hey.
You're wasting time.
Hey.
You're wasting time. Let's go.
Your flashlight's on.
It's because I'm so bright.
It's because he's so bright. Okay, it's back together and not leaking oil. Yeah, so that steam is what originally concerned us. But it is just steam and soot, not burning oil, thankfully. Okay, we're unhooking.
Snapchatting.
It is still steaming a lot. Sorry, I'm looking at camera extra close. It looked like it was the wrong setting. Oh yeah, I'm loading Jordan here. We are obviously hauling corn. Got a nice basis from a place about 25 minutes north of here. So we're gonna haul in a bunch of corn while we are too wet to plant. Doing a July futures month May delivery. So can set basis on some or set cash price on all of them. I think we're doing a little bit of both, but still a little worked up. That oil thing was not, no one wants to see that. So yeah, and it's cooking the water out. So yeah, all right, I gotta focus.
Well, the boys were trucking today and nothing broke, so that's always a win. Wonder how many people are gonna comment about I need a cover for that. But it is quitting time, and we will see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe and like and come back next time. We truly do appreciate that also. So catch you next time.